All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic today. Welcome back to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update brought to you by Cracking Cryptocurrency. My name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at crackingcryptocurrency.com. Today is Friday, June the 2nd, 2023, the last of our 5-day live stream here, live trading Bitcoin, allowing individuals to copy trade me and doing our best to identify profitable opportunities and moments in the cryptocurrency markets. So we're going to cover a lot today. We are going to be live trading for about 3 hours until around the noon hour. We are going to be trying to identify lower time frame opportunities. We are going to be utilizing a variety of technical analysis, technical indicators, and trading strategies to attempt to maximize our profits and do well in the markets. There will be many opportunities for instruction. There will be many opportunities to showcase how different methods of analysis or different methods of technical analysis work well in certain situations. And you're going to see sometimes when I lose, you're going to see when I win, and you're going to see overall the mentality of a trader. And hopefully you guys and your questions will help propel you guys on your cryptocurrency trading journey toward financial freedom. All right. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or chart requests, feel free to drop them in the live chat. As always, if you want to support the stream, the best thing you can do is get involved with the community. Join our Discord. It is a fantastic resource for those learning to improve their cryptocurrency trading ability. Discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com, link down in the description. If you guys want to copy my trades on Fairdesk, there is a link down in the description as well. It is the first link. They are offering up to a $100,000 deposit bonus if you follow through with all the deposit requirements. I will be giving away $100 to $200 per week to those who sign up with my link. You have the ability to copy trade me, and everyone who signs up with my link automatically gets VIP level 1 access, fee discount on their Fairdesk trading account, which is something no other exchange is going to offer you. So if you want to save more money, if you want more bang for your buck, head over to Fairdesk. All right, here we go, guys. We have got a good trading day today. Right into the live charts. All right. And shout outs. I see Jordan Stotts was in the chat. I don't know if he's still there. We've got Rora Nora. Shout outs to you, my friend. Down on his BTC long, though. Not worried, still bullish. That's the attitude, my friend. Robbie White, happy Friday to you as well. Cryptonomics, what's going on, CC? Cryptonomics asks, is Fairdesk a broker? Now, what I think you mean by that is, are they a dealing desk? And they are not a dealing desk. They are just an automated, not an automated market maker, but they are just an ECN, electronic connection network is the correct word terminology we would use in the Forex markets. So in the Forex markets, anybody who So in the Forex world, you will often hear the term, you will often not use the word exchange. You will use the word broker, which is not quite correct. All right. A broker typically refers to an entity that has the ability to buy and sell on your behalf. All right. And so to the degree that you might be trading assets on a Forex broker that you do not have access to as a retail investor, you may not have access to, for example, the markets for the particular currencies that you're trying to trade, in the sense that then your Forex exchange / broker would be actually buying and selling on your behalf, then yes, that they would be a broker. With a cryptocurrency exchange, since they are just facilitating the fair trade between other individuals, they are not considered a broker. I would not consider them a broker, because when again, the word broker refers to a situation where you are not allowed, you do not have the ability yourself to trade what you want to trade, to buy and sell. So stock, for example, Robinhood is a stock brokerage. Charles Schwab is a stock brokerage, because you can't trade on the New York Stock Exchange. You as a retail can't do that. They only allow certain entities to trade. So Robinhood actually trades on your behalf. Now, in the Forex world, when we're talking about brokers or exchanges, we'll call them brokers because that's the terminology they use in the Forex world. Although, again, sometimes that's correct and sometimes that's not, but whatever. In the Forex world, you have two different types of brokers, okay? You have a dealing desk broker and you have ECNs, electronic connection networks. So what a dealing then typically when people use the word broker in a negative terminology, they're referring to dealing desk brokers, because what dealing desk brokers will do is they are taking the other side of your trade. Okay, so they're not just connecting you. If you want to, let's say you want to buy $1,000 worth of Euro USD on a Forex broker. Okay, well, the broker, if they're an ECN, they would just connect you to someone who wants to sell 1,000 shares or 1,000 units of Euro USD. If it's a dealing desk broker, they sell you the 1,000 units. They are holding on to the 1,000 euro. They will sell it to you. And therefore, not only are they making money off the fee that they're going to charge you just to buy from them, your transaction fee or your trading fee, but they're also going to profit if you lose. And so what dealing desk brokers do is they basically put all of their clients, all of the users of their platform into two buckets, right? They have profitable traders and unprofitable traders. And of course, the unprofitable trader basket is massive, whereas the profitable trader basket is very tiny. And this is just the world we live in. So if you are an unprofitable trader, a dealing desk will always take the other side of your trade because they know they're going to make a lot of money off of you. Not only do they make money when you trade at all because of fees, but they make money when you lose because they're profiting when you lose, right? They're on the other side of the trade. Okay. Some consider that very shady. And most popular brokers, especially in the United States, do not really do that anymore. Like Awanda is not a dealing desk, for FXCM, Forex.com. None of these are dealing desk brokers. They're all ECNs. So an ECN, on the other hand, is just electronically connecting you to a counterparty who has the units, and they just charge you fees. So all cryptocurrency exchanges are ECNs, right? But they're really not. There's no connection network. All the liquidity is on the exchange, and all the cryptocurrency exchange is doing is facilitating the fair trade between two entities, right? Two counterparties. They are just providing the software and the order book and the execution engine, the matching engine, to be able to quickly and rapidly match orders against one another. Sorry, I've gone off on a long diatribe, but this is important information to know. So all cryptocurrency exchanges are not brokers because you have the ability as an individual retail trader to trade any cryptocurrency that you want. You're just connecting with a counterparty who has what you want to buy or who will buy what you have to sell. So all cryptocurrency exchanges do is facilitate that exchange. So they're ECNs in the Forex terminology. Now, of course, smaller cryptocurrency exchanges and even larger cryptocurrency exchanges will since they're not taking the other side of your trade, they have to provide liquidity. And so exchanges have to attract liquidity providers, market makers, to their platform. And they do this variety of ways, right? Usually by giving market makers maybe faster execution or, like obviously VIP level 9, no fees. You can market in, market out, so they have to provide incentives for market makers and liquidity to come to the platform. Otherwise, retail traders won't have any liquidity to trade against. And there'll be all these big scam wicks and, big jumps and thin order books and all this kind of stuff. So exchanges have to incentivize liquidity. So sometimes we will have exchanges basically make their own markets. And in which case you could kind of consider them a dealing desk. If an exchange is directly market making on their own platform, then they are taking the other side of your trade. Now, typically this is only done, since this is risky business, they usually only do this until they're able to bootstrap enough liquidity to where they can just stand aside. However, even Binance has been accused recently of, having, billions of dollars over here and investing in the market making. And of course, FTX was basically just an exchange to facilitate Alameda Research, which was a market maker, LP provider. So FTX in a very real way was the worst possible example of a dealing desk broker, because not only were they taking the other side of your trade and providing that other entity who's taking the other side of your trade basically access to see all the information, like where the other positions are, where stop losses are, all of this information that exchanges should not be giving to market makers. They were also stealing money. So basically the worst possible thing that you could have had happen there. Anyways, answer your questions. Cryptonomics says, does its fair desk, do they require a VPN, or do they allow US Canadian folks? They do allow US Canadian folks. They are based in Singapore, but they have their United States and Canadian MSB, Money Services Business License. So they allow Americans to trade on their exchange. Mandatory KYC is not required. So you do not have to KYC, but you can if you want to, which is kind of neat. So you can be an American, you can KYC, you can have access up to 125x leverage, and all bueno, all good. Crypto Bedouin, good to see you, my friend. Cryptonomics, thank you for those great questions. Sorry if that was a very long diatribe about the intricacies of how exchanges work behind the scenes, but it's important information to know. It's important information to know. You want to know how these things actually operate behind the scenes, because then you can answer the question like, cui bono, who benefits? Where is the benefit, right? You have to understand all these incentives, and that allows you to start developing a fundamental edge, right? Understanding where the interests lie in cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay. All right. And Crypto Bedouin, I'm a big advocate for DeFi and decentralized exchanges. However, for a lot of the vast majority, I think, of cryptocurrency users who just want to trade and get that kind of stock and Forex experience, the centralized exchange just offers the user friendliness and the reliability, right? Like I use DEXs all the time. And, but I've been in crypto since 2016. So I think the best way is, I think most people will come into centralized exchanges, kind of get that exposure, and then as they feel more comfortable and desire more alpha, they'll move into decentralized exchanges. But, we'll see. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead and these lines are from yesterday. We're not going to be utilizing these lines today. So let's go ahead. Hey, Boris, good to see you, my friend. Boris asks, good morning, Justin. How come exchanges like Binance and Bybit can't get the necessary licenses to operate in the US? Surely they have enough capital to afford the licenses. I think it's just a matter of what they want to do as a company, right? So when you run a company, if you want to be a successful company, you have to identify several key things. Like, one, what are your company values? What are your products that you're going to sell? What is your customer service going to be like? What is your user experience going to be like? And you have to prioritize certain things over other things. And when you make a commitment to go down a certain path, if you want to execute it successfully and well, you've got to be willing to follow it all the way through. So I think for a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges, they're just scared because of the regulatory uncertainty. And so for that reason, they've decided not to invest that way, not to go down that path. All right. And other exchanges see that gap and they decide to be more risky, to take more chance, to apply for what they need and to go that route. And in this particular situation, I think that Fairdesk is an exchange that's decided to take that risk, whereas a lot of the other cryptocurrency exchanges just simply don't want to. Now, of course, a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges do business in the United States. Binance US, FTX had the US division. You've got Kraken, Coinbase, Gemini, obviously. But it's like a lengthy process, right? 1 second, guys. All right, I just had to set an alarm. Okay. Let's see here. So this is pretty good. Let's actually check in with Crypto Bubbles here. We'll kind of go to the big screen here and just kind of get a picture of what's going on. So first thing we should do is obviously just check the broader markets. As we can see overall on the monthly, it's been a relatively rough month so far for cryptocurrencies. Just about everything down double digits. If and so I get a low double digits, but anywhere from 10 to 20%. We have most assets down on the month. We do have some outliers, of course, like Kava, Pepe, Ripple, XRP, and RNDR, Lido, obviously, and Litecoin, other notable examples. I don't really know too much about BitGet token. Obviously, I know it's the BitGet platform, but and Tron also up 10% on the month. So these are the tokens that have the most kind of fundamental strength and might present the best opportunities for those of you out there looking for trades. This week has been a relatively positive week amidst that monthly. So again, we still have nice growth here on the weekly, letting us know that we can still look for a little bit of continued growth here on the weekly time frame. And obviously it is a great day for cryptocurrencies. We have everything up quite nicely. Pulse, PulseX, and Hex, which of course have been sold off quite heavily, are all up almost double digits, except for Hex up 8.9%. Of course, Hex is down almost 75% on the month. Of course, it did rally quite a bit prior to that. So we always have to take those things into account when we see these big numbers like, oh, it's down like 60, so percent. Well, of course, but it rallied like far more than that prior to that. So anyways. And it's been a growth hour too. So things are nice and growing. So I think we can have a nice Friday. Let's see what the technical analysis, of course, is kind of suggesting as we get into that. But overall, just looking at growth, it does seem like we are having a positive day inside a positive week, inside a negative month. Okay. All right. Let's obviously start. Where are we going here? Let's start our analysis on the weekly time frame, and we will go ahead and hide drawings. What does our market structure look like here on the weekly time frame? On the weekly time frame, obviously we have this. Just to summarize where we've been in the markets, we of course have the bear market right here. We have the kind of pre-bear market end consolidation, and then the final capitulation event that marks the bottom of the bear market. We've now put in a significant low around 15.5. It is my firm belief, based on on-chain and technical evidence, that this is the bear market bottom, that we will not be going lower than that. Of course, what happens next based on Bitcoin cycle? Well, we always have a rally off the bottom. Once we rally off the capitulation bottom of all bear market bottoms, we never go back down below that level, but we do always rally and then sell off for an extended period of time. All right. So I do believe that we're having this. I do believe that the most likely scenario is that we will have the kind of summer slump, right? The summer slump, and then towards the end of the year we begin picking up, and that will catalyze the bull market of 2024, 2025, where there will be great big green candles and retirement opportunities. So that is the overall macro situation, meaning for the long-term investors, and honestly, this is one of the best ways just to stack away cryptocurrency. For the long-term investors identifying high-value tokens, essentially, we're still in all of 2023 is going to be an accumulation period. So it doesn't matter if prices go higher or prices go lower for the year of 2023. This is your accumulation period, guys. Prices are significantly low. You want to buy when there's blood in the streets. This was obviously a perfect opportunity to buy down here. This was a great opportunity to buy. This was a great opportunity to buy. This is still a great opportunity to buy. It doesn't matter if it goes down. We will not be going down below this low. And we have all of 2024, 2025 to look forward to. All right. You just have to read between the lines and kind of get that fundamental courage to actually put your money where your desire is. If you believe in the cryptocurrency markets, and if you want to utilize this opportunity to achieve financial freedom, then you just have to take the risk and you have to put your money into the market. That's the only way that you can actually get results and get returns. Coffee this morning, guys. Let me know how the coffee's going. Buy BTC. It's kind of that simple. Now, we did, of course, move from a period of oversold, okay, to a period of regular bullish divergence. This regular bullish divergence, anybody in the private group will tell you that this is actually when we began accumulating BTC for our longs and rode that trade up for this entire leg. We now just briefly, I know you can't see it on Minx right here, but per the RSI, we did tap overbought on the weekly time frame, and now we've seen just a slight decline because of that, right? So weekly momentum oscillator is a little overbought here, and does show us that there is room for us to continue moving down. We haven't had a reset or anything like that. Of course, once bull markets really get going, we will remain overbought for quite a long period of time, and ideas like overextended really go out the window. And basically, you just have to hodl, hold on for dear life, and use sentiment and other fundamental factors to identify when the turning point is in the market. And often, sometimes the only thing that you can do is just wait until you see the first big impetus of selling. That's your big warning. But once the selling starts, you just follow the momentum, right? All this stuff, like you see all this momentum and then things start moving down. And the weekly time frame is really the time frame to watch. You want to see, where is the market moving in a sustained fashion? Like right now, the market is moving in a sustained fashion to the downside. And of course, we are at a little bit of support. But overall, this weekly chart is fairly bearish, and leads me to believe that we will be moving lower. As we move down to the daily time frame, of course, we can see that we have a head and shoulders pattern forming, and that we do have a projected measured move down to 23.4K. We, of course, have been consolidating at this neckline for quite a while. And today we are now, I said this yesterday, as we were driving down yesterday, I felt that we had just had a little bit too much sell off here and that we were due for a little bit of an up move here. And we are kind of bouncing off that level of support here down at the lows. We've tested this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now, of course, we are forming lower highs and lower lows. Not really lower lows, but equal lows. But as you can see, we are forming lower highs. And again, this is just, you have to imagine that the distance to which the bulls can move price up is continually getting compressed and compressed and compressed, meaning that bulls have to buy at lower and lower and lower prices until that levy breaks and we push down here to our overall target. Now, whether that's going to happen now or whether we have a bit of an up move, does kind of seem that we will have maybe a bit of an up move here. For Friday, we do have a green daily candle. Coming down to the hourly time frame, really, what do we see here? Now that we're on the hourly time frame, we can switch over to this setup. Okay, hourly time frame, again, same thing. We had this nice rally. Now we've put in a period of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We've put in some equal lows here, and maybe now this is our first opportunity to put in a higher low on the hourly time frame. We have been kind of consolidating underneath this value area here on our auto-anchored VWAP. And of course, excuse me, guys. Wow. Of course, ISISpot was giving us some good buy signals on both these dip opportunities, but it was pretty volatile and nasty. We had kind of these big, nasty sell-off candles really trying to push down into support. But we have since rallied off that level now. And we've pulled back. We've had a nice big sell-off candle within the last few hours. And now we're just kind of climbing back up slowly. All right. So I would be wary of prices trading. This is what I'm watching for today. Of course, since we are consolidating at support, we do want to be very careful about a breakdown of support today. So we do need to go ahead and mark off this level of 26,903. I do not want to see price go below here. If we have shifted market structure here a little bit, of course, we had high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And this is a slightly higher high. All right. But all we really kind of did here was we didn't make any forward progress or upwards progress. We just grabbed liquidity and now we've chunked back down into the support zone. And so this is overall, of course, this could be an inverted head and shoulders, which would be good. Of course, if that is the case, then we want to be on the lookout for buying breakouts above this neckline. All right. So let's go ahead and draw this head and shoulders out and we will have an idea. Here we go. So we've got our left shoulder. Let's turn on magnet mode. We've got our left shoulder. And we've got our head. Whoops. I'm just going to draw it like this so that we have a nice clean neckline. And then we have, oh, come on, people. What are you doing? Trading View, come on, man. I keep clicking the right mouse button, which is not what I want to be doing. And let's just call it like this. Okay, so we have this head and shoulders pattern. Typically, the way that you're gonna construe a profit target from a head and shoulders pattern is you measure from the peak of the head. In this case, since our right shoulder is dipped down a little bit lower, we could potentially measure from the right shoulder, but we're not going to do that right now. And then we're just going to put that right on top of where price would be breaking out. And that is our profit target, right? So we're just going to go ahead and mark that out. Notice that that's slightly above the hourly value area. So that's a bit much. So we want to also mark out this upper boundary of the auto VWAP. And those are going to be our two take profit targets. Okay. One that's safe. And of course, one that's a little bit more risky, looking for that full strength of the movement. And of course, we can just go ahead and kind of plot this out if we take a long position on a breakout. And if we are targeting our second take profit here, we can go ahead and establish, I think, our stop loss right about here, below this chunk of liquidity. I like that. So that's the trade idea. We also, of course, want to be prepared for a breakdown. So we want to be watching for that. Since we know that overall our head and shoulders is down at 23.4, we could be really risky with this one. And we could say, okay, well, if we break the lows, we want to be putting our stop loss all the way up here, and we want to be attempting for a really big trade here. So where's 23.4? We don't want to necessarily be too greedy. 23.4 is all the way down here. Let's not be too crazy, and let's just identify if this level breaks. We can use something like VPVR here. So we'll go over to technicals and profiles, and we can use the VRVP. I'm sorry, they call it. So where's the next significant area of liquidity on this breakdown? Well, the next significant area of liquidity is here at 24.6. You guys can see that. So there's just this big pocket of low liquidity here. So this low liquidity or low volume nodes are like train tracks. Price is the train. Price just shoots right through train tracks. And when it hits high volume nodes, those are like train stations. And price likes to hang out at the train station for quite a while. So we'll go ahead and mark this level out here. And this is going to be our downside take profit target. Now that is a juicy trade. That is almost an 8R trade. That's 7.91 risk to reward ratio. And again, we're setting our stop loss quite wide on that. But that's a big trade. We are looking for an almost 9% movement out of price, whereas opposed to this trade, we're only looking for a 2% movement. So that's what we've got going on today. I think those are overall the trades, the two big trades to look for. Now, of course, since we do have a little bit of rangy behavior, we can on the lower time frames take some range trades. We're looking for periods of exhaustion, and we're typically looking to fade those. But overall, we've got price at the lower end of the range here. So we're kind of assuming the price is going to continue moving up, where we'll be watching for that big breakout trade. And of course, we're always prepared for price failure here, and we'll look for that big breakdown trade here as well. And then besides that, we're just going to be patient, and we're going to attempt to identify the best possible strategies that we can. Now, let's shift back over here. And okay, since we're at the lower end of the range, we had a pretty big sell-off here. We probably want to be trading to the long side inside this range. We've come down and tested support. Of course, we are assuming that we've got a bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern here. So we do want this breakout. So I think we want to be trading in this range to the long side. Don't really want to diddle in the middle here. Now, this is the middle of the range, so there's less opportunity for entering a position at this point in time. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. I closed the wrong thing. Now, I am long here. Yeah, I am long, as you guys can see down on the lower time frames, playing this little breakout of this kind of reaccumulation range right at resistance here. Again, I know I said don't diddle in the middle, but again, I'm just kind of showcasing that I had a reason for taking the trade that I did here. And of course, that is balanced and buoyed by the fact that we are overall looking for this movement to the upside here. So far, the trade is working out. And of course, we're going to re-add. We're going to take profit here and re-add on the breakout. Ernest of Gaia, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the channel. And so in a nutshell, that's essentially what we're going to be watching for today. And since we've now kind of gone over everything that we're watching for, Alexander Pearson, the man, the myth, the legend, ahoy in the chat. Indeed, my friend. We're just going to get the music going, since we will be live streaming for the next 2 hours. And since we've covered today's lengthy analysis, boom. So you guys could maybe help me figure this out. So what I need to be able to do is, well, I think that's what we'll do. So with each live stream, of course, there are going to be some great opportunities to take that content and put out shorts or dedicated videos on certain topics. So since we're doing like very long live streams, generally I get opportunities to discuss. Things in more detail with this kind of format. So like, for example, we started off today's show with a long discussion about dealing desk brokers and ECNs and how they work. And I think that what I'll probably do is for everyone on our email list. All right. And if you guys aren't on the email list, the easiest way to get on the email list right now is to go download our free guide, the 5 mistakes holding you back from profitable trading. You just put your email in, you receive a copy of the free guide immediately, digital download, and then we're able to send you market updates and any other stuff and any other announcements about what we're doing in the community. For example, and everybody on the email list got a personal invitation to copy trade me on Fairdesk. So far so good. Nice little early trade. It's a nice little lower time frame breakout of this. I really like to see this stuff, guys. When we consolidate at a resistance level and just consolidate directly underneath it. And again, kind of the key factor here for me is whatever the distance is. So right here we have right here we have the distance between this low and this high. We could mark out what 50% of that is. And when we push up against resistance and we consolidate with our lows being at or above that 50% level, typically we're going to see a breakout, which is exactly what we saw here. Now, this was a trade where I could have probably used a lot of leverage in a much larger position to grab a big win. But we've got all the time in the world to get those big wins, and I'm just showing you guys for instructive purposes. Can't really hear the music, so I'm going to try jacking the volume up. Alex, I'm sorry, sir, but don't touch my radio, bro. Okay. To the live chat here. We've got, is anybody else playing Diablo 4? You know what's funny? I was watching the NBA finals last night with my family, and they had this big, this big commercial for Diablo 4, and my wife's son, didn't mean to yuck your yum. My wife's son has never played any of the Diablos, and I had never played Diablo 3, but played Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 a lot when I was younger. And, you know, so then I went on this long diatribe like, oh, it's amazing. And just the graphics and the ambiance and, you know, the introduction of the Dark Man and the beginning sequence of Diablo 2. And, oh, man, like, let's go play Diablo 2 right now. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny that you said that. All right, so we had about 6% ROI on that trade. So just grabbing profits. Just grabbing profits right there. Easy peasy. Now, I marketed into that position, which is why, of course, I was paying a higher fee, even though Fairdesk has extremely low fees, not 0.051% for a taker fee, not 0.017 for a maker fee. Again, we're not being greedy. We're just grabbing our profits as easily and quickly as we can, slowly growing our account. Obviously, on the docket, we've got 3 wins, 3 losses. We've got, of course, we've have 2 extremely small losses. This one we should not have even taken. We just clicked the wrong button on the stream yesterday, unfortunately. And sometimes as a trader, that's the downside of doing what we do. But either way, and then we just had a regular loss here, and then just a very small loss here, right? And that's the point, right? That's how we stay profitable as a trader. We cut our losses as early and as quickly as we can, and we let our winners ride. So I'm thinking. Yeah, so this is not something I want to short. So here on the 15-minute here, we will see now we're kind of expanding above the value area. We are, of course, watching for this breakout above 27,168. So that's where we want to be at. We do want to be buying this breakout above 27,168. And we do want to be shorting this breakdown of 26,903. And we just diddled in the middle a little bit. Not really. We took the trade from here to here. Pretty happy with this. And, you know, honestly, this can be the most frustrating aspect of attempting to intraday trade or day trade for those who are newer to cryptocurrency or just anything in general, because you want to be down here on the 1 second chart, right? Like, you want, trades and profit and all this. And, that's not where you're going to find the good trades. You're going to find the good trades on the hourly chart, and you're going to find the good trades on the 15-minute chart, right? And the only reason you should be down really here on the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart is to find an entry trigger. So now that this was really good, I was considering shorting this movement, but I wanted to just see price a little bit above this 15-minute value area, which it did wicked above there, and that just goes to show you the power of the auto VWAP. I'm a little typically I don't like to short after a big movement like this unless there's a very long wick to the upside, but this is some pretty big selling right here. We'll just see how it plays out. Maybe so we'll probably look for something like a swing failure pattern now, where we'll look to see if price makes another run for this high. You can see what happened here, right? Price pushed up, and a lot of people take shorts, right? Like after the close of each candle, and this one just wicked above, grabbed all their liquidity. Those who are at like 100x. Let's see here. Robbie White asks, do I need to send something to be in the bag for the weekly drawing? No, you do not. I can see on my end. I can't see the emails or anything, but if you sign up with my referral link, then that is the pool of people I will be drawing from. I will be drawing from the pool of people who sign up with my referral link to win $100 to $200 per week. Ernest of Gaia says, always watching the new live stream is at a great time for me. Really appreciate your community's work over the years. Thank you so much, Ernest. I remember you, my friend, and I'm glad to have you back on the stream with us. Crypto Bedouin says, I think we are in the middle of La La Land, but if I see a short, I'm going with this. 26,600, 25,300, 24,250. Good targets, man. I like those. Robbie asks, does anybody else have problems with the Fairdesk app? I do not. I would just go ahead and contact their support. It's probably going to depend on whether you're using iOS, Android, or the SDK. You guys playing the new Zelda? Ernest of Gaia asks, does Fairdesk have a no KYC option for a $5,000 account for US citizen? Yes, they do. So Fairdesk will allow you to KYC if you're an American or Canadian, but the KYC is not mandatory on their platform. And again, since so Fairdesk is an up and coming smaller cryptocurrency exchange, right? And so this and so was Bybit when we first started trading on Bybit back in like 2018. And it took what, 5 years for them to get so big that they were like, okay, well, we don't want Americans on our platform. Whenever there's a reason for that, I don't want to go super into it. Why? But so I would expect something very similar from Fairdesk. You know, if things play out the same way we've seen things play out with Binance and Bybit, it takes like 3 to 5 years for them to get big, and then for them to catch the attention of whoever they need to catch the attention of. But right now, they have everything that they need. They have all the certifications. Things are good. I'm happy with the situation. Guys, I'm gonna just go grab some coffee real quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we're back. Oh, okay, nice continued push. Good strength from the bulls here. I'm liking this. I am liking this. This is good. I see Alex in here who is recommending Kin. I do remember Kin. It's like Kin and Kick, right? Kin and Kick. He says it is a good long setup and has interesting fundamentals. Remember when they got sued by the SEC in 2017? That's all settled. So they're actually one of the few cryptos that don't have regulatory issues hanging over their heads. They also released a new user-friendly wallet that's supposed to be even easier to use than Trust Wallet. Interesting. All right. We will add, I got to get the, let's see if we can add. Okay. So we got it. I need to do a couple of things with the stream setup here, right? So I think what we need to do is we need to just make this one a little smaller. Okay. I'm going to put this one in the corner. Is what I'm going to do. Okay. And that I'm going to take this. Okay. Give me a second here, guys. I'm doing my best here. And we're going to keep obviously our setup here, but I want to add a new display capture, and we'll call this one Fairdesk Live. I think is probably going to be fine. There we go. Just give me a second here, guys. There we go. Okay. And we can make this a little smaller. And we can stick that here. Okay. That way we can see open positions. And we can trim a little bit off the bottom there. So yeah. Okay, so I think that'll be fine. So now we'll be able to see, you guys will be able to see live positions. You guys will be able to see everything. All right, so some pretty steep selling coming in here. But well, that's not what I wanted to add. I wanted to add like up next, right? I'm gonna have to work on that later. I'll make a little custom graphic for it to say up next. Ernest of Gaia signed up for the guide. Excellent, sir. I put a lot of work into it. I hope you find it valuable. Robbie White asks, have I ever done any mining? Yeah, so I mined Ethereum back in 2016 and 2017. And then it just got expensive for me. My rig was not sufficient enough to actually be profitable. I've mined Bitcoin. And in fact, I actually still mine Bitcoin. I have an old laptop setup that just mines Bitcoin. I barely do any hashes, but it does mine. It's trying for every block. And here's the thing. If you have an old laptop and you're not mining Bitcoin, I don't know why you're not doing that, because it's like, how do I put this right? If you buy lottery tickets, I find that completely ridiculous, right? Why buy a lottery ticket when you could set up an old laptop that's not doing anything and try to mine Bitcoin on your own? No pool, no, just you, because you have a chance. It doesn't, and two people have done it within the last 12 months, where solo miners have mined a block, because there is a massive element of luck to who finds the block, right? Your computer just has to do the work. And sometimes you win the jackpot. And that's just how Bitcoin mining is. And so imagine buying a lottery ticket, right? When instead you could run your laptop and maybe have the chance, an actual chance of successfully mining the next block, right? And getting a massive payout. So definitely recommend using any old laptops to mine Bitcoin. You guys are not. And then I've mined some smaller coins here and there right now. Yeah. Ernest says, I've only mined by mobile and laptop. Boyd's supercomputer program just went through a major upgrade and changed their name. Crunch numbers for cancer research, earn tokens using spare GPU. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that would be fun to do, Profit Bear. Make a video describing how I did that, how I retrofitted my old laptop. It's not too hard. You just need to, I followed guides, you know what I mean? A little bit of technical know-how is good, but I think anybody can do it. It's not genius stuff. So, okay, what do we got going on here? Of course, we don't want to just live on the 5-minute chart. That's not going to tell us where price is going. We want to be identifying our setups at least on the hourly. Okay, so remember, on the hourly, we've got two trades that we're watching for. We're watching for this breakout and this breakout. We don't really want to diddle too much in the middle. That's how we're going to run into accidents. We can use the 15-minute time frame to identify good setups. So what we'll probably be doing here is we're just going to be patient. If price comes down here below our auto VWAP zone, we're going to buy. We're going to be buyers. And if price closes below this level, we'll just dump the long and go short. And same thing, if price comes up here above this value area, we'll probably look to be sellers. and to take price back down. And we're just going to keep it very simple like that. Keep it very simple. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for everybody hopping in here. This is a nice live stream. We've got a good number of people on here. If you guys want to help me out, if you guys can retweet my tweet, promoting today's stream. That's should be the first or second post you guys see over there on Twitter, tw.crackingcryptocurrency.com, or you can just search for Cracking Crypto on Twitter. Really appreciate that. And if you guys smash the like button like it owes you money, I've heard that the Satoshi Fairy will deliver unto you perhaps a Satoshi. You can use the Lightning node with the Raspberry Pi. Yep. I actually had set up my own Lightning node again on a laptop with gosh, I cannot remember what the name of that software was. It was like blue or green something or no, it was the name of a pastry like croissant or baguette or something like that. None of those are right, but what the heck was the name of that? I'm thinking it started with an A. Alex, how do I say a pastry and you say umbrella? What is going on here? What kind of pastries do they sell down there in Puerto Rico? Good morning, sir. Here's your chocolate umbrella. It also doubles as a rain protector. It is also delicious. I just think you're right. Eclair. It's Eclair. Yeah, Eclair. A Scala implementation of the Lightning Network. Yep. Eclair. That's what I was running. Man, shows you the GitHub. No love. No love. I got no love for these scrubs. Not that nobody on this stream is in any way, shape, or form a scrub. Least of all, Mr. Alex Pearson. Yeah, so here's ES pumping quite nicely. The futures are pumping quite nicely right now. So pretty good. We've got a little bit of a room before we've got a little bit of a blue sky breakout here. So overall, things are looking pretty good. And I like to see this, right? We've got this nice ascending pattern going on, right? With the ES. This is the S&P 500 futures, right? Kind of an ascending triangle, right? Very nice to see. We've basically got equal highs here, but we have rising lows. And again, so this is exactly what we saw. So let's go back and look at yesterday. This is exactly what we saw. You want to be careful of this pattern, right? You always want to pay attention to what your highs and lows are doing. Notice how these highs are getting lower and lower. And again, we've pretty much got equal lows. This is a descending triangle pattern, in my opinion. This is basically how I view these things. And what this is showcasing me is that in the beginning of this, the bulls made a mighty attempt here, but they chunked down here to support. And then the bears were just able to continually push prices lower and lower. And here we have this consolidation at support and a big breakdown, right? This is what you want to be watching out for. So we're always watching for what our highs and our lows are doing. So we have, again, something very similar here. Where we are putting in a higher low here. So I would just like to continue to see that, right? I don't want to see this transpose into lower highs. So we had this high, lower high, and now we've transposed. We now have a higher, a higher high, and even slightly higher high and a higher low. So I want to see this pattern continue so we can get this breakout move. But of course, you know, breakdown move is fine. Renora says, what goes off first, NFTs or DeFis? do you mean when you say goes off, do you mean like, or you mean colloquially like, hey man, what's going to pop off first? Like what's going to soar? Or do you mean what's going to get, like what's going to go off? Like what's going to shut off first? Like what's going to die first? NFTs or DeFi? If the question is what's going to fly first, it does seem like NFTs are kind of getting a little bit of a resurgence, but I don't know too much. I'm not too glued into the NFT market, but I'm just hearing a lot about it. Which doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good play or good investment. But I'd put all my chips into DeFi over NFTs. I don't think NFTs are going to have staying power. I mean, NFTs are going to have staying power in the sense that, you know, like look at how crazy everyone went over NFTs when, you know, back in 2021. It's a status symbol thing. And so the easier it is for one to gallivant around their NFTs, right? Like, you know, when you buy a piece of art, you can display it on your wall, and then, you know, everybody who comes over, you're like, look at my, look, it's fucking amazing, isn't it? But if you know, with an NFT, it's more difficult to showcase that, right? You know, Samsung came out with a television that had NFT support, so you could be like, hey man, let me turn on my TV and let me show you this awesome digital monkey picture that I got. Okay, like that's cool, but is it really? Is it? I don't know. I'm not, you know. You get Kevin O'Leary in here, get us all jacked up on NFT pump. But DeFi is amazing. I think DeFi is basically essentially kind of in a fundamental way what Satoshi was envisioning. I mean, you know, we can argue about that, but it certainly makes sense to me. And if it's what dies first, then again, same thing, NFTs. So I would say, yeah, probably NFTs is the answer to both. Excuse me, DeFi. So, I find it concerning that the Nasdaq's been pumping the past few weeks, but BTC is lagging. Makes me think when the tech sector actually has a bearish move, BTC will head down to 20K. Thoughts? Again, what we're seeing on the weekly is more bearish than bullish. Okay. Obviously it's been a good year for cryptocurrency, but we have to understand the bigger macro cycle of how Bitcoin responds to bear market bottoms and how it emerges like a phoenix into a new bull market. And this has happened 4 times before. This has happened since 2012, right? We will have a very large pronounced sell-off the last 18 months to 2 years. We will bottom on a big capitulation event. And then right here, actually from here to here, all of the on-chain and technical indicators said this is the bottom. And again, you know, like it was saying it here, but then we had this final capitulation event, which is fine. But either way, once we put in the low and we rally, this is the important part. Once we put in a low and then rally off of it impressively, which we've rallied over 100%, then that's the low and we don't go back down near that. However, last time we did a 300% rally, but either way, we've only put 100% in rally now. But either way, after the rally, there's always a pronounced sell-off that lasts anywhere from 4 to 6 months. And we put in a higher low. It's scary, but we put in a higher low and then the bull market starts, right? So we can just zoom back and see this exact same thing. This is how the last bear market ended. Like long pronounced sell-off, long period of sideways. This is the capitulation event, right? Slight rally, and then we rally off the bottom and we never go back to that low, right? We get a scary drive down, but this is just the capitulation end of this movement right here. And bam, screw everybody. This is the March meltdown. And then the bull market begins. Okay. And you know, we can pull up the Bitstamp chart. We can go back even further. So same thing. This is how the 2015-2016 bear market ended. Here we have just this very long pronounced sell-off, capitulation events, rally, lower high or higher low, and then the bull market begins. Okay. All right. Even same thing over here, back at the early days of Bitcoin, right? Sell-off, capitulation, Higher low, rally, bear market. All right. So we know that at some point, Bitcoin's going to come lower. And then at some point, but not this low, and then it's going to go up. So that's really all the data that we need to form an investment thesis, right? And for those who are just like into crypto or whatever, we're in the accumulation cycle right now. It's that simple. All you have to do is buy and wait. If you don't want to get your hands dirty trading, if you're not trying to maximize profits, all this and that, all you have to do is buy and wait. Let's see here. Permanently patriotic. Sorry, what's going on with Alexander Pearson here? These lower highs, he says, those lower highs followed by the drop is similar to Bitcoin in 2018. The price action is similar, although not identical. Yeah, so we're talking about this, again, this descending triangle that this was like the most clear thing. Descending triangle forming throughout all of 2018. Then November happens and we break support and we trade down very heavily. We've got a bit different price action now, I think. I mean, this is a very small, if this was going to be, and again, I prefer the daily kind of head and shoulders. This, I do see how this could be. Yes, this could be as well. Now, I want to go back to the weekly and see, actually. Okay, so we've got this, and obviously we have our lows. And again, same thing with the descending triangle. You typically take the measurement from the peak to the low, and you project that from the breakout point, and that's your measured move. Not quite, but pretty decent. Not quite, but pretty decent. We could try a trend-based fib extension too with magnet mode. Excuse me. So from here to here, and we're going to say here. And we did, a 382 would have been safe. A 382 would have been safe. The other way, of course, you could look at that is you could just do a regular fib retracement. But then we'd have to add the projections in because I've got mine custom. So if we do that, same thing here. We get our trend-based fib extension, and we come up and we measure from here. And a 382 is putting us down at 24,685, which is basically where the daily baseline is. So I don't see anything wrong with that. That's not too tragic. Of course, the head and shoulders pattern is pointing us down at 23.4. So there's two profit targets one could utilize, one a little bit more conservative and one a little bit more aggressive. Let's see here. Alex says AI related tokens are going to be the next narrative. You guys saw how CFX and AGI are some of those only tokens up month over month. Absolutely. AI is hot, man. NFTs are just so illiquid. I have over 600 NFTs still from 2021 that will cost me more to transfer out of my wallet than they are worth, thanks to FGAS. They just sit there mocking me. All right. Guys, give me one quick second. I got to go check on something. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's see here. Permanently Patriotic said, how so? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, my friend. Ernest of Guy says, Hedgie Finance, if you want to see how NFTs are used in DAOs to lock up tokens for a time period, there's also a new standard of ERC tokens for music digital rights contracts. That's pretty cool. And yeah, like the idea. So I am pretty big on the Velodrome platform on Optimism, and Velodrome does that has that VNFT system. So basically, all the Velo that I lock up is encapsulated in the form of an NFT. Why is this being? I don't know. Left hand. All that's encapsulated in the form of an NFT. And I can sell that NFT at any point I want, even though my tokens are locked up for 4 years. Robbie was huge in NFTs. They are hard plays because it's full of lots of loose cannons that can say the wrong thing and kill a project. Yes, absolutely. Alexander says, I was talking down all the 5 minutes when you were at the time. Yes. No, I get you. Yep. All right, Profit Bear wants to look at NXU and Vulcan on the traditional markets, and Alex, of course, has been wanting to see Kin for quite a while. Let's give me a second here. We're gonna try something. Yeah, this was a good short. I should have taken that short. I wanted to, and I didn't. But again, we don't want to do too much diddling in the middling, right? Not too much diddling in the middling. So we've got our plan for the breakout. We've got our plan for the breakdown. We've got our plan for the top and the bottom of the range. Let's take a look at sand. Sand is looking pretty good on the hourly. I'm looking for trades, man. I can't trade Kin on Fairdesk. Litecoin, pretty nice continued growth from Litecoin. I have exposure to Litecoin. I don't like this. I do like this ascending trend line though. This level of resistance makes sense. So we've got a bit of a... It's not perfect, but not too bad. Or perhaps we're going to push up higher and this will be a little bit cleaner. We've got higher lows, but also lower highs. So I'm a little concerned to enter Litecoin here. This does not seem to be the way, the move. Sand is interesting here. Double bottom and break. And even on the daily, a break, pull back to the break point, and now the push. I'm just not, yeah, I'm just not 100% sure here. Let's see here. OMG and EOS. I cannot trade OMG or EOS on Fairdesk, unfortunately. But let's look at... All right, let's just relax here. Hold on a second. What? Oops, sorry. ADA is up quite a bit today. So let's look at Cardano. So ADA is pretty interesting. And there was actually quite a bit of good fundamentals coming out about ADA yesterday, because they've launched some new smart contract compatibility, some new way of doing their smart contracts. And I kind of like this double, basically triple bottom, nice push up off, good volume, good green. It's on the daily. Basically the same thing that we're seeing from everything else. Data here. I like this. I like this setup on Cardano. So we're gonna add an alert on Cardano. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. So we've got Cardano set. We're also gonna add Cardano to the day trade list. Litecoin, again, Litecoin I think looks good overall, but what do I want to do today? This is a lower high. Especially moving into Friday. So the idea has to come here on the daily. So the idea here on the daily is like failed breakout. Is it really thin? No way. Hold up one sec, guys. Sorry. Yeah, so this is just not looking toppy enough for me. I don't really want to short Litecoin here. It's also not a prime buying spot, so for that reason, I'm out. I do like this breakout on sand, though. I do like the breakout on sand. Wow. Okay. I do like this idea on sand. Yeah, I like this idea on sand. Give me a moment, guys. This is a good one here. Here we go. Oops. Yep, I like this. And we need to 0.6158. Pretty good. And I think we'll just leave it like that for right now. And 0.5402. I like this trade. And there we go. All right. That's one down. Okay, so sand is active, green. Okay. Litecoin, I just don't really see the opportunity there. Cardano, again, does look interesting because of the potential to break. What else? XRP. Promise, guys, we're gonna get to what you want. XRP is pretty interesting here. Of course, we've had this nice rally, sell off, and then push up. No divergence. This level of resistance has really been yeah, this is kind of a good example. Tightening range, break, tightening range, and then push. Profit bears all in on Jesus coin. That's sound risk management, my brother. So I think we do it like this. We also have this. Yeah, we also have this. This. Okay, so for this reason, I'm not going to be doing anything with XRP here. I do want to see what happens with XRP when we get up here to 5442. I'm actually going to set an alert for that. and then we'll make a decision at that point in time. Bird says I might be too late with notifying you, but shorting Arbitrum to 1.213 could still be good. Oh, I see what you're saying. This is kind of, yeah, this is intraday. ARB, ARB's tricky one, man. Launch. ARB USDT on KuCoin, I think. No, the ARB USDT on Binance is just fine. With ARB, obviously I think ARB is going to do very well. It's just, you know, I think $3 is a good price for ARB. So I think ARB's probably at a pretty decent area to pick up here. It's just, here's the thing, guys. If Bitcoin breaks and we slide down on Bitcoin, then, you know, that's sort of bad news bears. You know, so we want to be a little careful picking up long-term positions. But I do think that ARB is pretty decent here. But my original idea was ARB below $1. I wanted to see ARB below $1, which it's never gone. ARB's never gone below $1, so it's just pretty strong distribution, and we'll just see. We'll see the strength here, but certainly I think there is definitely opportunity to purchase here. I even think like now is not such a bad time for ARB. Like obviously this was good on the daily. Picking up ARB here was good. I like where ARB's at. I don't feel anything wrong with picking up a position here on ARB. What is what we want to? Yeah, we want it like a relatively. So that's only, yeah, that's 12%. So what we want to say? Essentially. I think the 4 hour suggests that. Do they? No. I think we do this instead. This instead. That makes more sense to me. That makes more sense to me instead. There we go. I like that. That's much better. That makes way more sense. We do need to, it needs to be at least 5% though. Yeah, I believe in ARB here. All right. Add ARB to the active list. I'm on ARB. I do want to see this pullback. Do want to see this pullback back down to our value area. That's what I want to see here on ARB. This looks like this is a lower high. This looks like a little bit of a failed breakout. We can also, of course, buy the breakout if we do not fail. Like, so if you guys were kind of watching in the short term, we could, of course, buy a break of 125.92. That's completely reasonable. Buying strength and momentum. But see, like, we got this, like, you know, this hanging man candle. This isn't great. We typically don't want to see this near the top. And now, currently rejection. We'll see. But this is not, I mean, this is not really the opportunities we're looking for. We want to find things that are cheap, or we want to find things that are just breaking out. I think those are the best opportunities. Those are the best, this is the easiest trade setups in crypto. So we'll just keep looking. Like, what's Matic look like on the daily? Like, see, Matic here looks very nice. Yeah, Matic here does, to me, seem very nice. So Matic, typically whenever an asset is below the lower boundary, and we can again throw Bollinger Bands on too, and you can see this. So typically when an asset is below the lower boundary of the Bollinger Bands and below the lower boundary of auto-anchored VWAP, that's considered a value area, and it's considered cheap, and so it's a good price to pick this up. And you try to take it to above the value area or above the Bollinger Bands where it's expensive. What we just had right now was obviously a significantly dip, a big dip in Matic's price, where we had a beautiful buying opportunity here on the daily. And then we had our first kind of little push and now pullback. I think this is a good opportunity to get Matic here. I actually really do. I think Matic is great here. On the hourly, I think we could come so what have we seen here? Now we've got the pullback here, just chilling. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and set this limit bid for Matic. We're gonna look to see if we get a pullback here. And we're gonna shoot pretty high for, yeah, we're gonna shoot here. And we want our stop loss to be about 5%. Yeah, 5%. I think this is good. I believe in this. And our entry price, though, is going to be, what is this, 8919? And then we want to target 9363 and 1.0522. This is my setup, 0.8473 for an invalidation. Okay, so that's pretty good. We're going to add Matic to the list as well. It's active. I like this. I like this idea. We are also, of course, going to set an alert for our Matic entry. Oh, well, that's silly. Let's do this. We'll do once per bar close is what we'll do. Yeah, so we'll create that. That's what we want. What did we get here? We don't need this alert anymore. So we've got our XRP alert. We are, yeah, watching this. Where is that? MC was one that we looked at just a while ago. This looks pretty juicy, I'm not gonna lie. PTT, we did this as well. It looks juicy. There we go. So we've got our alerts down here, all well and good. seem to have lost track of the stream. I apologize. Is there anything else that we need to do here? Let's see here. Okay, that was yeah, it was very weird. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, well, I should just go ahead and make... Okay, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to make this list real quick. Okay. So this is what we have to choose from when trying to find trade entries today. Okay, yeah. So Bitcoin on the daily, not quite. Again, yeah, again, the more I look at this, the more I am now able to see this pattern. Yeah, so this, I mean, this is not looking great. I don't know what the hell all these lines are for. I really don't. I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, those are our take profit targets. Okay, cool. Let's can we 3, 4 settings, visibility, not on the daily. Thank you. Settings, visibility, not on the daily. Not on the daily. Got to keep your charts clean, guys. Yeah, so we had that, and we also have 23.4. So that's something that we want to consider here. And we want to keep our risk relatively right about here. So that is, thank you, brother. Have a good day at the grind, Ernest. Okay. Doing pretty well, guys. We're going to run for about another hour. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the idea on the daily time frame. Pardon me, guys. I will be right back. All right. So we want to pay very close attention to triangle patterns with Bitcoin, especially on higher time frames. They do have the high success rate compared to most chart patterns. And the point of a triangle pattern is attempting to showcase, it's trying to communicate to you the value of identifying triangle patterns is identifying when the strength of the, like, who's in charge of the market, the buyers or the sellers. And so if the buyers are able to continue pushing the lows higher and the highs remain the same, then it lets you know that the buyers are gaining strength and momentum and the sellers are not able to make any progress. What we see here is that buyers are not able to make any progress, but sellers are able to continually push the high down lower and lower. So we're in a precarious situation right now. And it is hailing outside. Lovely. Love this Colorado weather. There we go. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, so now that I'm seeing this, really the trade that I have my eyes open for is really probably the daily short. We're going to be very speculative on daily longs unless price breaks out above 28 is what I want to see at this point in time. While we are in a value area based on momentum, or excuse me, not on momentum, but based on oscillation. And we have seen, but these are strong drives down by the bears. So, and the fact that we have lower and lower highs suggests that the bears are in control of the market and continually able to make downward progress. I assume that you guys can hear, wow, I've got the be right back on my face. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Give me one sec, guys. I'm just going to shut the window. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Yeah, right? I take the be right back off and then I'm like, be right back. Yeah, so definitely angling for the daily short on BTC, which means everything in between is just going to kind of be noise here. Of course, we are... On the hourly, of course, we do have this kind of inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? A little bit of a higher low. We see the same thing. We see a bit of hopefully this to play out, right? Again, this is the trade we're watching for here. This was good, obviously good here. A little bit overbought now. Peak, peak, peak. Lower high. Yeah, that was intense. So these Darth Maul candles are very telling. When you see the Darth Maul candles, obviously they bid up price to hit the liquidations of shorts, and then they drove down with hard market sells. Lower, lower, lower high. Okay. We're just going to wait. I don't need to take any action right now. Let's see if we have a setup on Ethereum. Again, very similar price action here from Ethereum. I won't really believe in this breakout unless we're above 1927. Oh, Robbie White, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, my brother. I just noticed that. Highly appreciate it, my friend. Peckham, good to see you on the live stream, my brother. Robbie, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the support, my brother. He says, just noticed I got my first trade with you on Fairdesk. Awesome, man. What do I think about the volume on that chart? Which one? We're just on Bitcoin. I didn't really see anything notable on the volume chart. If we're going to play Ethereum independently here, regardless of what we saw with Bitcoin, well, again, coming out of this value area, again, descending lower highs, and we're kind of near that. Probably the short is the trade here on the daily. I just don't feel very confident about that. When I look at the Bitcoin chart, I felt very confident. I don't feel that same level of confidence here on Ethereum. This, I'm not gonna lie, this seems speculative. This movement up seems very speculative to me. Yeah, so this is the setup for Ethereum that we're going to rock with here. So we'll go calculate our position size. And we're calculating an entry at 1895.42 and stop loss at 1904.35. $21,225. And our entry price is going to be 1895.42. And our take profit target is going to be 1868.60. And our stop loss is going to be 1904.40. Oh, USDT. There we go. We have our order set for Ethereum right now. And we're going to say 1895.40. And the one's going to be 1868.60. And stop loss is 1904.40. Okay. And then of course we will set an alert for our entry, so we are notified. We'll move this to the active tab. We're being pretty active today with our trades. We're really just setting up and getting ready for weekend liquidity. And that's what we want. We want our trades to get hit. We don't want to be reacting to what happens in the market. We want to be making a game plan and setting alerts and limit orders. We want the market to come to us. We don't want to run along following the market. So we already have a setup for Cardano here. I really do like the setup for Cardano. So let's go ahead and plot this out as well. And I want to get my limit entry in here. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to calculate our position size. And we want to enter Cardano at 0.3782. And our stop loss is going to be 0.3670. That's all we need. Position size is going to be just $3,000, 3,376. So we're going to go to ADA. And okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Just give me a second here. So I don't like that. That put us into ADA right away without a conditional order. So yeah, for the ADA, we're just gonna have to wait, watch, and get that. Get that alert. Yeah, we're just gonna out. You know, we just don't want that. That's not what we wanted. Dogecoin on the daily. Again, Dogecoin here does look good to me, but we've kind of got that same pattern here. All right. What's the overall angle of price action? It's down. Having said that, I think we can get this daily move up. Yeah, we had a buy signal and regular bullish divergence. Now a higher low. Dogecoin looks good to me here. Yeah, so very similar. Dogecoin I do like here. Dogecoin I like a lot. Dogecoin I'm good with here. I do believe in Dogecoin. Ambrosius. Yeah, so we're gonna be buyers of Dogecoin here. I like this. I like this. I have faith in this. And I think we I think we do this. It's starting to get pretty good. And I think we can just target this. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm glad I got to that ADA when I did. You know, again, that was not the position that I wanted. Here we have the Doge. And we're going to go in on the Doge. So we just have to calculate our position size. Again, we're going to be entering Doge at 0.07210. And we're going to be exiting at 0.07048 if we're wrong. Okay, nothing to it. What's the best ask? So we'll set there, and we want to trade $4,450 is what we want. We're going to buy long. We're going to set our take profit and stop loss. 0.07585. Stop loss of 0.07048. All right, setting a limit order on the Doge. Always limit in, always limit out. Or doing our best to. No reason to mark it in. It's not going anywhere. And we're just going to set an alert for 0.07205. Wait. Yeah. Yep. 7205. Doge entry alert. Okay, so we've got Doge. Doge is doing good. Active, active, active. I think that's good for today. You know, as far as looking for positions, we've got positions established now for just about everything. We've got positions established for Dogecoin, Cardano, Ethereum. We have our game plan for Ethereum and our game plan for Bitcoin. We do have our limit orders in for Doge and Ethereum. We have our limit in for Matic, and we have our limit in for Cardano as well. Well, we've got our alert set for Cardano because we want to buy on the breakout of Cardano rather than purchasing right now. All right, guys. Excellent. We just got filled on Dogecoin, so we'll see how that goes. Back to BTC again on the daily. We kind of probably do want to be a buyer here to take this back up to the top of the triangle, trade the range until the range breaks. Yep. So again, just watching for this breakout here. This consolidation at resistance is pretty good. Usually met with an up move. And, you know, ES just continues to climb. But, you know, somebody earlier on the stream said something about the fact that, because ES was rallying and the tech sector was rallying so strong, but Bitcoin wasn't really following along as strongly, that it was concerning. And I think I agree. I think I agree, and I think I feel you, my friend. It is concerning, so that when the tech sector does take a big dump, then Bitcoin will really dump. We were just talking about that a few moments ago.
Bars that don't bite you, trying to evolve like I'm right you, same in a different way. All of my haters, they hate away. I swear I don't have nothing to say. With all of this cash in my company, I'm on the way to my mansion, calling my label to cancel. I don't have time for no questions, I just had time for the answers. Race, oh wow, I'm trapping on the way down. I'm grinding on like a holy rail, and now hit the slows and go ham. Break, oh no, I cannot take this slow. I'm grinding on like the holy rail, and now hit the slows and go pro. Yeah, race, oh wow, I'm trapping on the way down. I'm grinding on like the holy rail, and now hit the slows and go ham. Yeah, break, oh no, I cannot take this slow. I'm grinding on like the holy rail, and now.
All right, let's go back to Bitcoin. And I think we're just gonna wait. Like, I do want to go long here, but something, and the reason I want to go long here is because I see that we've grabbed liquidity 3 times, big chunk down, and then pretty strong push back up, and now just this consolidation near our level of resistance, I think is quite a good thing to see. But something about this just doesn't seem quite right, and I can't put my finger on it. Let's zoom back out again. Okay, so on the daily, We've got an overall bearish pattern forming, but we are at the very low and we are at support. So we likely want to be buyers here to take price back up. We did just retest that though. We did just retest 4 up, 4 down, consolidation. No, I think I'm good. I don't need to do anything here. Everything's perfectly fine. I've got the game plan. We don't need to do anything here. Pardon me guys, just one moment. Okay, we're back. All right, guys, now we can go ahead and take, well, I always forget to take the be right back off. That's so silly. Now we can go ahead and take a look at your guys' requests, starting all the way back. I feel it was hours ago now, with Alex's request to gaze at Kin. So let's look at Kin. Kin USD on Kraken. On the daily. Let's see here. So this is an interesting asset. I mean, big trouble. As he said, they got some interesting fundamentals coming out, he said. And they, as in Alex's words, this is one of the few cryptos without regulatory oversight because they've already gone through this situation with the SEC. Obviously benefiting quite nicely from the month of March, just dramatic pump. How much did Kin appreciate here? Like 268%. Kin is now sold off about 60% of that right now and just consolidating beneath this auto-anchored VWAP value area. Yeah, and so there's our Doge entry alert. We had already been filled on Doge, but now we are filled on Doge. Okay, all well and good. And we've got our stop loss, and we've got the take profit. Everything is good. Happy times. Kin on the United States dollar. What do we got here? All right, so relatively equal lows here. I like this. Okay. And again, relatively equal highs. So we've got a little bit of a box pattern, right? Just a channel, just a sideways channel. Firmly established resistance, firmly established support. Of course, we were getting recommendations to enter here on these lows, setting us up for a 35% trade. So pretty low liquidity, obviously, because these moves, like this is a daily move and it's pretty big. So these things can be dangerous if you're not Risk managing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would say. I mean, I don't think so. Like listing lazily out of a downtrend is not breaking out of the downtrend, in my opinion. You know, like obviously this chart is Han Solo. It's got some moves. It's listing lazily to the right. You know, but we want to see, we want to see a break, right? We want to see something. You said to look at the volume on Gate.io, which I'm not seeing. What about just Kin? Wait, why did... That was weird. Volume does not seem to be doing much of anything. What am I missing? But we'll chart it on Gate. Why not? Yeah, even if we draw it like this, which I think this is probably more accurate from the first high of the downtrend. I do have volume on. It's right here. This is volume in USD. You can certainly look at regular volume. What is interesting is we came back down here to our previous low. I do like this data that I'm getting on Gate.io because this low is where we, after all of this, right? Like what a wild ride. Up 13,000%, down 99.25%, and then a 300% rally. Like this only happens in crypto. Man, I just miss these good old days, right? So this is probably the low. And so this is, what this could be? This could be a big picture inverse head and shoulders with basically this previous level of resistance as the neckline. That's a very interesting concept. I like this concept. It's not quite perfect because we don't rally all the way back up, but either way, the evidence is indisputable, Marshall. I'm not sure, I do see that the volume has changed, but yeah, there was just a gang bust of activity here, just like there was a gang bust of activity here, and then a big move happened, and then a gang bust of activity, and then a big move happened, and then a gang bust of activity, and then nothing happened. I think the argument is that this is accumulation, and we really haven't seen the distribution of that. I like Ken here. This seems pretty decent. I just don't want to take any action right now. I'm not, I like it. It's in a good spot. But I just want to see what we're going to do. We might drift down a little bit lower here before the movement. Before any movement. Yeah, probably just setting an alert here to see if we can break out above these highs. I always write kind. It's happened 3 times now. Yeah, so let's just watch 810 cents. Well, 810 T's. Wanted to say Satoshis because I was thinking Kin BTC. Yeah, let's see if we can get a daily close above these pump highs. Otherwise, let's just watch Kin See if we might come a little bit lower here, like somewhere around the 539 area. That would probably be a high value area. Anything as close to this as we can get it obviously is good, so that we can get the majority of this. So yeah, just watch for some continued momentum. It does look pretty interesting here. I like this. This is pretty cool. And yeah, that is some pretty significant volume that came in. So good find, Alex. Okay, let's slide on up. And what was... We had a bunch of requests. Oh yeah, Profit Bear. If Profit Bear is still with us, we're going to take a look at NXU. Trading on the NASDAQ. Oh my god. Profit, if you could ever send me a chart with a green candle on it, that would be amazing. But no. We only know one kind of chart here. Don't even need this. Don't even need this. This is Jesus. They say it's a disease. Degenning. I mean, you got to tell me you got to tell me a story here, man. I need the story. I need the narrative. Okay. Essentially, this chart is only known down only, and the only time you ever would have made money on this chart is if you were lucky enough to buy on a particular day where you had inside information that this thing was going to pump up 382%. More recently, this thing did a 75% day. So again, we're just playing. This is just the penny stock lottery, where 9 out of 10 times you're going to lose, and 1 out of 10 times you're going to win big. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is how venture capitalists will invest into cryptocurrency. They'll buy 10 different cryptocurrencies, knowing that 9 of them will completely go to zero, but the one will do it 10,000x. This is how private equity works. So that's not really my style, my strategy. So I don't see the value here. If I wanted to lose money, I'd just go buy a lottery ticket. Probably safer than buying a penny stock, but yeah, there's just nothing I can do here, man. There's no structure. I have no basis on what an uptrend looks like, because this thing has never had an uptrend. This thing is just pump, and the pumps are also getting smaller and smaller. But again, the other thing too is, like, if I apply, typical like cryptocurrency strategy to this, right? When we see something bottomed out, like we have obviously established like a firm level of support here. So since we have established a firm level of support, obviously this thing can put in some momentum and break out, and we are at the lows. So like, yeah, do your thing, man. Set your bid here. And the way to do this, okay, so that you don't have to worry about any of this nonsense. So for positions like this, we don't set stop losses. Okay. Your position size is your stop loss. So what I mean by that is, instead of positioning for a trade like we would on the hourly or the daily or anything like that, where we're going to have a stop loss because we're going to use margin to take a larger position size. For this type of trade, your position size is your stop loss, meaning only put in enough money that you can lose. Because if this thing does pop, you don't want to be messing around with these low volatile, like these stop losses down here, man. Like, because what often happens is, like, we'll spike down and then spike up. You don't want any of that. Your position size is your stop loss. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. That's the way to do it. Give me 1 second, gentlemen. I will be right back. I apologize. And we're back. Okay. The next asset you wanted to look at was Volcan. Volcan. Do they make Volcan? Do they make the shirts? Or am I just out of the loop and silly? Okay, so Volcan has obviously had a massive gap down. I'm not sure what the news here is, but down about 33%. For the last week, it's just consolidated right down here at the lows. All the momentum oscillators are screaming a big buy here. Do we have any other? We do, of course, want to be careful here, like the last example that we have of Volcan's price kind of gapping down here. Like we continue down for quite a bit. So we always want to be careful. We do have, obviously, okay, yeah, so earnings, bad earnings, and then big chunk down. We, of course, do have earnings coming up on August 14th. So I could see the speculative play, maybe the rise up to earnings. There is about a 50% gap to fill. But that's really all the advice I can give on Volcan. We have had a big gap down. The last time we saw some behavior like this, price continued to continue down. However, we are at an extreme value area based on all our momentum oscillators, and we are at a new all-time low. So again, just a good degen pick. I can get that without more access. Again, I don't follow the equities markets as closely as I do. More information about this particular asset. Not too much advice I can give you, except to just point out that yes, we are significantly low. Excuse me, ISASpot is suggesting a buy here, and as is VixFix and Laguerre. All right, so we looked at Kin, we looked at NXU, we looked at Volcan. Thank you guys for your requests. Does VWAP work well with crypto? VWAP looks really, really well with crypto, in my opinion. As you can see, I am using it for my intraday setup here, and it works. It works really good. This is my favorite. This is the auto-anchored VWAP. And it's just fantastic. It works so well, in my humble opinion. Let's see here. What did press? Crypto Bedouin had said the support in Kin at the 666 level looks like a bot buying. Let's look at that. At the 666. Yep, I would agree. Which is directly right below us, right? And this was not defended accurately here, or well here, I would say. And now we're just holding that level. Beep, beep, beep. Again, for Kin, I want to see a big greenie. That's usually what I always want to see before I jump into a crypto. Let's see here. It's a EV company competing with Tesla. Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard about this. Yes, it's only down because they don't sell anything yet. They're selling batteries now, so get in before. My average price is like 50 cents. Been a DCA play. I don't buy Lotto. I'm a DJ. In Volcan, I own the dirt bike. Yeah. No, this is an off-road EV. They had a stock split. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I apologize, man. I don't know a lot of these things. I'm not following the trad markets like we would have done back in the day. But I appreciate that. Thank you guys for the requests. Always putting interesting things on my radar. And hopefully I can give you guys the best advice that I can. Back to Bitcoin. See if we've had any developments. Yeah, so I'm glad that I didn't, scratch that itch too long when I wanted to. So again, we've got kind of this lower time frame descending triangle playing out here on the 5-minute. Which Just the only reason I didn't like this, just Bitcoin, it's very tricky to try to, obviously the daily is very clear. The daily is very clear. We want to buy the breakdown. And obviously we are at the support of the daily. So again, just to reiterate, we probably want to be buyers here. But as we start coming down, it's just hard to find an area where we want to take action here, right? Yeah, because, and again, the answer here is just being patient, right? The answer here is just being patient and waiting for the market to show us, because we have a good setup here for the breakout, a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern going on. So looking for that breakout. And then obviously we want to be very wary of any breakdowns on any time frame. All right, guys, so we're going to go for about 10 more minutes. So if you guys have any final chart requests, things you like to talk about, questions, you guys can go ahead and get those in. Crypto Bedouin asks, have I heard of CoinWeb? I'm researching it and would appreciate any info. The chart is dead, but any development? I've never heard of it. Let's see what we can find out. All right, so CoinWeb is number 312 on CoinGecko. Thank you. They have a total market capitalization of $82 million. $82.5 million and some change. The chart is dead, but it does seem since December of 2022 we've actually been in a growth phase. So interestingly enough, like, this thing has been climbing. We can trade CoinWeb on KuCoin, Gate, Uniswap. I would like to... CoinWeb is an ERC20 token on the... Is it? Yes, it is on the... It is an ERC20 token. Let's check out their website. Cross-chain computation platform fixes blockchain's biggest problem. We're making usable blockchain technology that's more collaborative, better connected, and accessible for everyone. Give me a sec. I'm doing a little digging on CoinWeb here. We'll wait for that to kind of complete. CoinWeb is on Bittrex. It is on KuCoin as well. Ooh, yeah, it does look topped out. All right, so CoinWeb in a nutshell aims to build a decentralized future by developing the much needed infrastructure of blockchain technology. It is constructing a decentralized cloud that can be used by anyone and plugs into existing and new blockchains. CoinWeb has identified 4 main problems with current blockchains and has proposed solutions for each one. Problem 1 is blockchain isolation, is addressed through CoinWeb's reactive smart contracts, which can stay active continuously to monitor and synchronize data between blockchains without needing external payments. Problem 2 is inconsistent data, is tackled with CoinWeb's delay graph and information market. This approach removes the threat of blockchain reorgs by delaying information sent to other blockchains, ensuring reliable data sync across blockchains. Problem 3 is limited scale. CoinWeb offers its in-chain architecture. The system allows developers to shard different components of an app and spread them over different blockchains. And then CoinWeb's decentralized processing layer, which enables more advanced decentralized applications. And then finally, their problem number 4 is industrial isolation. Their answer to that is securing their own licenses in fiat rails, thus simplifying the exchange of common fiat currencies with C-Web worldwide. This allows projects built on CoinWeb to penetrate deeper in traditional business sectors, expanding the benefits of blockchain technology to various industries. So this is the summarization of their light paper. And this all sounds good. So, but I mean, this is already being done. I mean, all of this is being done by Cosmos, for example, right? With the IBC. So, yeah. So yeah, reactive smart contracts stay active continuously to monitor and sync data between blockchains. We're already doing that with composability, and as long as something's EVM compatible, then this is not an issue. And that seems silly. Why do we need a reactive smart contract? Why do we need it doing more than it needs to do? It only needs to do something when something wants to interact with it. It doesn't need to stay awake. Avoiding the threat of blockchain reorgs. Again, this is handled through the consensus protocols of blockchains, as well as it's well structured. So I'm not sure what the value of that is. Limited scale, in-chain architecture, shard different components of an app and spread them over different blocks. This is just sharding. This is what Ethereum is developing. There's nothing special here. And industrial isolation, licenses and fiat rails. Yeah, sure. This is the dream of every single cryptocurrency, having their own fiat rails and licensing. And this, I mean, XRP is a prime example of this, right? Dealing with the SEC. So, this sounds like vaporware to me. And that's probably why it's number 312. But I mean, great rally, right? Obviously for vaporware, 170% rally. But yeah, as Alex said, this does look topped out. Came from the bottom all the way back to the top of the range. I would sell in May and walk away, and maybe we buy it back around like a penny. That would be my thoughts here. Yeah, buying now seems very speculative. This has been a good run. Take profits and wait for the reset. All right, guys, we're going to start heading for the door. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today for another episode of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. We've laughed, we've cried, we've hopefully made some money. Don't forget to go sign up for Fair Desk and copy trade me. I will be giving away $100 to $200 per week to a lucky winner, or 1 or 2 lucky winners who sign up under my referral link. Link is down in the description. If you guys feel lost with your cryptocurrency trading and you want to turbocharge it, download the free guide, The 5 Mistakes Holding You Back from Profitable Trading. This will give you a quick overview of the actionable steps that you can take to improve your trading today. If you guys want to join us and master cryptocurrency trading with us, there's always slots in our private group at crackingcryptocurrency.com. Otherwise, make sure you join our Discord, get involved with the community, spread this video around. This is actionable information for people. We will be pushing out some shorts based on this video, because obviously we talked about dealing desk brokers and Forex brokers at the very beginning of this, which I think is very helpful information, and then breakdowns of different trading strategies and things we're looking for throughout. We will be back on Monday, same crypto time, same crypto network. And until then, guys, trade safely, be excellent to one another, and I'll see you on Monday. Cheers.